Okay. We're just gonna wing it.
All right. Hey, let me see. Make sure.
Hey, we're not talking about supper, Patrick.
All right. Hey, guys, we are live. We got 2 more minutes to go. We have Patrick and Gary in the background. And today we'll be talking about Rank Factory tools and tools that you never knew existed in SEO. So, you guys, this is a first time back after 2 weeks after my computer crash. And we had Patrick here actually help me get it up and going. So, please bear with us when I actually get things going because I still got to get back into the rhythm of things. I had to reprogram all my keys. So if a bomb goes off when it's not supposed to, pardon that. But so let's make sure we get things going. But I want to make sure, let's say what's up to everyone in chat. Let's see, I see Stefan. Okay, so now my, trying to make sure we can get my, oh, see now, now I've got smoke blowing all over the place. Let me make sure we get,
You're hot, buddy. You're hot.
That's Stefan, my man. Welcome to the show. All right, we got one more minute to go, guys, and we'll be talking about SEO tools you did not know existed with our very own Patrick and Gary over the Rank Factory tools. And I want to make sure, again, please bear with me while we try to get things going here because my computer had to get resetted. I gotta put a video together on how to like get your things back on if you're doing a live stream. But we're gonna make this happen. We got 1 more minute to go. If you guys let me know where you guys are watching from. All right.
Okay, how do we?
Oh, you're cutting out. Your audio's cutting out.
My audio is cutting
Now,
out.
what's your audio?
Uh-oh, we got 1 more minute to go before we go live. Hello from Seattle. Hello, Carol. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and put you. I'm gonna put you off camera right now, and then I'm gonna introduce you guys in about like 1 minute. All right.
Okay.
All right. All right, guys. Let's see if we can get this thing working here. Hopefully, Stefan, if on your end, can you see everything fine? Is everything moving fine? Can you hear us fine?
Get it started, no delay, let's work. Wanna see you be an SEO expert. Paul Andre de Vera, steady dropping knowledge. Over 15 years in the game, so he knows all about it. Master the art of SEO, you will be amazed. Time to get your brand off page to on page. Dropping knowledge, legendary for sure. Whether you're just getting started or self-employed entrepreneur. Yeah, let's go. Subscribe to the SEO video show.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the SEO video show where SEO is alive and fun. My name is Paul Andre de Vera, aka Dre, and I hear SEO videos released within the past week. It's about 1 minute clips. My favorite part of the show is when I get to introduce my guests, and today's guests we have Gary and Patrick of the Rank Factory tools. All right, before we get started, let's say what's up to everyone in chat. I see Stefan, Carol, Fletcher, Ernesto, Kobe. Welcome everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Now let's get on with the show. Thousands on SEO tools? Here's how I cut those costs and scaled faster. Hi, I'm Paul Andre de Vera, a 20-year SEO expert who built a thriving consulting business using one tool, Search Atlas. After getting laid off and spending a year jobless, I turned to consulting, but was drowning in costly SEO tools. Thousands of dollars every month, wasted time, and endless tabs. I knew there had to be a better way. The worst part? Every tool was separate, making my job as a solo SEO consultant even harder. But then I found Search Atlas, and everything has changed. Search Atlas brings everything together: technical SEO, backlinks, and on-page optimization all in one place. And in less than a year, I scaled my consulting business to make more than my corporate salary that took me 20 years to achieve, thanks to Search Atlas and its Auto AI. Auto AI saves me hours. I can manage multiple clients effortlessly and automate SEO tasks in literally one click. The best part, I'm spending a fraction of the cost, saving thousands of dollars a month. Don't wait. Get a 7-day free trial now and see how much time, money you can save and increase profits. Click the link below and start your free trial today. Patrick and Gary are the dynamic duo behind the Ranking Store. With decades of experience, Patrick has built a career in internet marketing businesses of innovation since 1994. With Gary's background spans in the U.S. Army and national sales and digital marketing, in 2017, they joined forces creating groundbreaking SEO automation tools initially for their own use, but soon expanded to over 1,000 partners. Today, they continue to innovate, help clients harness the power of Google properties for better rankings. Please welcome Patrick and Gary. Patrick, Gary, how are you guys doing today?
Awesome intro, bud.
All right. I want to get right into it. This is the first question I ask all my SEO professionals gonna come on here. So, Patrick, you first. In 1 minute or less, how do you get ranking on page 1 of Google?
Using our tools.
There you go. Love it. First knowledge bomb of today. All right. And Gary, how about you?
Patrick said it all. I can't say it any more than that.
All right, guys. Well, let me go ahead and rewind this quick. Let me rewind this. Hold on. I want you guys to take us way back to when you first got into SEO. Patrick, when did you first get into SEO?
94.
94. And how'd you get into it?
Well, we were selling baseball cards on when eBay first started, and we had to, do a little bit of SEO. Not a whole lot back in those days, but you had to learn how to get your card up there and, grade it and get people to buy it. And then, so we basically started and learned back in the days of trying to sell baseball cards on eBay.
Ooh, love that. And Gary, how'd you first get into it?
Well, mine is a different path than Patrick's. In about 2015, 2016, I was learning how to rank videos on Google. And I noticed that Google was making exceptions and giving inherited values to its platforms, such as YouTube, where it would give you the age of site for a 1-day-old video would be like 7 years old as far as its age of site, and its page rank and its page authority were inherited by the platform I was using. Mm-hmm. So I knew that Google had 2 sets of rules, one for everybody else and one for themselves. And that's kind of how I got started there, ranking videos.
Love that. Okay, so you guys started ranking videos. You started ranking for baseball cards. But how'd you guys learn it then? I mean, back then, there wasn't that many like shows like this or books or anything like that. Were you anyone that you followed, or what were your tactics? Gary, let's start with you.
Well, we took an unusual path. I'm kind of an explorer. Mm-hmm. So I kind of look for what things are going on. So I'm kind of self-taught. And at the highlight, when I mentioned that I rank videos, where everything started is I figured a way to rank 36 out of the top 40 videos for a hard keyword, water damage, water restoration, repair, Chicago. Mm-hmm. So I took over and pushed all the other videos back 4 pages, and I knew I was onto something. Mm-hmm. And from there, we kind of morphed into the ranking store after that.
Love that. And Patrick, so how'd your journey how'd you end up learning it?
You see that?
What is that? Oh, that's a napkin right there.
A napkin. So going back to the journey, Frank Kern on an airplane writing down his SEO on a napkin. Uh-huh. I still have that napkin. This is not it, but I still have it. I still have the $2,000 course that I bought. So the basics is you got to invest in yourself. You've got to follow somebody who knows what they're doing, that like, and trust, that's been referred to you by other people. Don't go on wild goose chases buying every damn thing that you can get your hands on. Mm-hmm. Be very, very targeted in what you do. and learn from the people that have forged the path before you in the market that you're in, and become a student of that. And that will broaden your ability to move outside of your box and learn more, like Gary and I do every single day. Somebody throws an idea in our chat room, we're on it. We're working on it. We're trying to get answers for it for them. And so my start was with a napkin.
Ooh, love that. Love that. Okay, we saw we have Brian here in the chat and says the dynamic duo. All right. Thank you, Brian, for coming out today and saying what's up. All right. All right. And guys, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask them in the live chat as we get going here. So let's get started with the program here. So I want you to go into more about the Rank Factory tools, because this is something that I'm also a customer of. I've used of your tools, and I want to what's actually the overarching philosophy of SEO philosophy that drives the development of your tools. What common SEO challenges are you guys trying to fix?
It really, and Gary, kind of touched on it just a little bit. When you can rank 4 pages back in the day and own all 4 pages with your YouTube video, that you've got some theory that's actually working. And so the basic theory still flows today, many, many, many years later, and that is Google loves her children. And her children are any property that Google has, such as YouTube, okay, such as Blogger, such as any tool that's out there that has a Google link to it, like scholar.google.com. That's another property. So when you start using Mama's toys, she really likes you. And when you can put them into a pattern that you have link juice going from one toy to the next toy to the next toy to the next toy, you don't have to worry about PBM bullshit. You don't have to worry about expired domain bullshit. You don't have to worry about all that stuff, because Mama loves her kids. And guess what? They're all free. They're all free.
Yep.
Blogger's free.
Yep.
Right? Google Drive is free. Your email is free. Everything about what we do stems from a free process, but when you put that recipe together, you end up with an atom bomb of free stuff.
Got it. Okay, let's kind of break this down a little bit. So we have all the properties, and we want to and you actually created different types of tools for each of the properties. So let's kind of break it down and see the strategy behind certain things, right? So the first one, let's talk about AI Factory. What's the ideal process for generating high quality SEO optimized content that ranks well in search engines?
Well, Gary has worked on that a lot with our developer, right? But we've now let him talk about this in just a second. But we've now incorporated our own private AI into all of our tools, and we bring that in. But it does connect with ChatGPT-4. It does collect with DALL-E. It does, goes out and gets data. But because we're able to harness the AI power of that and bring it into an environment where we can create sites, we can create content, we can create all kinds of Google properties, it just exponentially enhances what we're doing, because the AI is bringing that data together. And we all know that the way that search is done previous is not the way that we're going to do it today, tomorrow. I was in Vegas a couple months ago at the Next conference, and the only thing that resonated in my mind for 2 days was this term: voice generative AI search. Those 4 terms: voice generative AI search.
Okay,
that's the new way, and shamelessly, we wrote a book about it.
Oh, Search Shift. And where can we see that book? Is it on Amazon?
Kindle. Amazon and Kindle, yeah.
All right, guys.
So
Search Shift.
This way, that's the tools that we have to change our mindset, that we're not doing keyword search anymore. We're doing generative voice search, because people talk in voice. They don't talk in search terms on their phone, right? So as an example, I would go in and on my phone and say, I'd like to find a dentist that's near me, that's open at till 8 o'clock at night, and they do monodental implants, and when can I book an appointment? That's the search term.
Yeah.
Right. It's not dentist near me. So we have to change our thinking to how we do business and how we want people to see our business. Mm-hmm. We got to change our whole platform on how they're going to search for us. And if we're not where they want, if we're not where they're searching, mm-hmm. we don't exist, right?
Yep. Excellent. All right. Thank you for explaining that there. I want to make sure, can you all right, so let's say with the AI Factory, what are some of the outcomes you've been seeing so far with people using the AI Factory?
Gary's been using it a lot more than I have.
Yeah. Let me go into it. Before I do, I want to back up and add one sentence to what Patrick added in his discussion. The Google properties have extremely high domain authority and page authority, but they have one other factor that everybody needs to keep in mind. They have a 0 spam score, so they're immune to what penalizes any other sites out there. Using the Google property, you'll have high 90 DAs, high 40 PAs, and a 0 spam score. Okay?
Yep.
So I'd like you to take note of that, everybody. So using AI, I have generated now in the last, I'm going to say 15 months, 1,700 G sites using AI. In other words, for my content, my images, RSS feeds, and more, mm-hmm. Adding calendars into them, maps into them, and everything right out of a piece of software that we develop, as well as integrating the AI Factory into it to do all the heavy lifting. So just to give you an idea how powerful this is, out of 1,700 sites, over 700 are page one properties, folks. And out of those 700, 477 are page one, number one.
Wow.
Folks, it doesn't get any more powerful than that. You have to look at that and say, who's ever done that before?
Exactly.
Who's ever accomplished that?
And
it's these tools.
And I mean, honestly, that's thousands of websites, right? You can't really do this unless you spend a lot of time doing this manually. So you're saying that that's why you created the software to actually scale something like this, to do over 1,700 sites.
Well,
or something.
Let me kind of reference that a little bit. Mm-hmm. In the beginning, I did all of it by hand.
Oh, okay.
Over the first 8 months, I probably built close to 1,000 websites by hand. But once we developed the software, was developed over what I was doing, and then we've added and enhanced it ever since then. Mm-hmm. So it modeled what I was doing to accomplish that.
Got it. So you're saying with the AI Factory, you're taking advantages of Google sites, like Google G sites. That's
correct.
Got it. So that's one free property that we're talking about here, guys. So again, the main thing here is that Google loves her children, and they want to make sure, and they're all free right now. And so you take advantage of them. And so AI Factory is one of those things where you can create tons of websites, tons of G sites, right? And be able to rank with that. So is there anything else you want to add on the AI Factory part? Because I want to actually talk about the next one that I'm actually a customer.
What's the next one?
The next one's Backlink Factory.
Okay, so let's just back up one quick second, and this is a test that we do live on your show right now for every single person that's here.
Oh, okay.
This is we'll take a shot at it and see what happens.
All right. Oh, so you're gonna do a live ranking, right?
No, we're gonna ask everybody here to look at a keyword that we built over a year ago.
Okay.
And everybody can search it, and then they can give you the feedback where it ranks.
Okay. What's the keyword here? Let's take a look.
Sweet, vegan, cookie, Company.
Company.
And this
Okay.
is a test that we did for Walmart.
Okay. Sweet Vegan. Okay. We see sweet-vegan.com, and then right under it says Sweet Vegan Cookie Company, Google site. We see a Google site there.
Nope. Stop right there. Okay. So you see right now the second listing on that keyword is a Google site.
Yes.
Okay. Guess who built that?
AI Factory. You guys. And then, so I'm gonna go ahead and click on this. So I'm clicking on it. So yeah, the site looks. We have a content here, and
Oh, we deliberately made it a piece of doo doo
oh, why is that?
because we wanted to show that you don't have to be perfect to rank stuff when you use Mama.
Ah, makes sense. It makes sense. All right, all right. So okay. You built this here, but I mean, did you send any backlinks to it to get it to like rank number 2, or is it just based right off the
We have lots of backlinks. We have lots of under the hood stuff that we teach, and we do lots of stuff that you don't see.
Got it. And I mean, speaking of backlinks, can I go to the next piece of software or strategy that you guys gone to? All right, guys.
Yep.
So I actually believe I first heard of Patrick and Gary for this tool. It's called Backlink Factory, and I was a customer like years ago. How long ago did this come out? Maybe like 6-7 years ago. Is it around?
Yep.
About 6-7 years ago now, and the concept is very interesting, and I want you guys to explain the concept of using Google Sheet stacks, because I know a lot of people don't understand like the concept of like of Google Sheets. So can you like explain how this works and how this strategy works?
Well, as Gary said, every public link, okay, in Sheets, where we've created a software where you can take any keyword phrase, link that keyword to whatever property you want that keyword associated with, like the dentist in Grand Rapids, and you have the keyword dentist, the city Grand Rapids, you put that in the title of the backlink, and then the backlink is sending the juice to where you're sending it to, which is the dentist URL for his office. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. But let's back up a little bit, because some people don't understand what even G Sheets are, or Google Sheet stacking, or even like how are you even generating links in Google Sheets?
We built a software to do that.
So, but can you explain like what's actually happening with the software? Like how it's like, are you putting like links within a spreadsheet, or where are you getting the links? Are you using like map links? Yeah, can explain for more of those that don't understand what Google Sheet stacking is.
Okay, well, Google Sheet stacks are basically, it's an Excel sheet, but it's a Google sheet, right? And so in column A, we have the business name. In column B, we have the URL for their business, or their GPB, or the URL to their reviews, or the URL to any property within their GPB for the local businesses. And then in the third column, we have a secondary keyword, and then it mashes all of that together into a single URL and puts it on a separate sheet, and that becomes a backlink. When we make the sheet public, none of this works unless any of the Google properties are made public. Okay. So once it's made public, then that link is live from the authority of Google going to their site from Google as a backlink with their keyword in the title of that backlink, so that they get the juice going to their site and it's referencing their actual keyword.
Hey Patrick.
Yep.
Can I add one thing to it so I can give them a little better image of what you're trying to explain?
Absolutely.
Folks, think of a anchor text in a website.
Okay.
But instead of being in your website as that keyword anchor text, think of those anchor texts being in a sheet in 3 columns that has your targeted keyword, but it's tied to the URL of the target you're trying to promote. So think of Backlink Factory as an anchor text creator that's not on a website.
Got it. Got it. Love that. Okay, love that. Okay, so what do you see people doing? Like, what are some strategies that people can do? Like, are they just linking to just like the pages? Are they using like Google Maps or anything like that? Like, what are some things that people can do with using external public Google Sheets? To their advantage.
Go ahead, Gary.
Well, here's what I want to tell you. Using Backlink Factory along with another software we have that's called Points of Interest, which is points of interest on a map, we have been able to pretty well dominate the GMBs and really move them. So for the folks that are using or their primary business is ranking a GMB
Mm-hmm.
for a company, this combination has shown so much power and consistency. It's as strong as anything on the market for ranking GMB or just anything else. The POI would only be of value to a GMB per se, but Google Backlink Factory, it doesn't matter what the target is. It's gonna give the same authority, trust, and power towards those backlinks. And here's the thing about backlinks, folks. Backlinks come in different. They use a numerical system from 0 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
But Google's authority themselves, they give an exclusion to their own. Okay? So when you create Google backlinks, and that's what we're doing here,
Mm-hmm.
you're like being put at the head of the class or in front of the lunchroom, so to speak. Can everybody get that image in your mind? You're first in line. Okay?
Yep.
And so that's the image I want to leave you with. Using this particular tool, in combination, particularly with POI together, points of interest, you have a distinct advantage over all your competitors.
Yeah. Hey, time to get it started. No delay. Let's work. Want to see you be an SEO expert.
All right, hold on. All right, so this. We make sure this gets off over here.
Master the art of SEO. You will be amazed. Time to get your brand off page to on page. Dropping knowledge, legendary for sure. Whether you're just getting started or self-employed entrepreneur. Yeah, let's go. Subscribe to the SEO video show. Hey.
Apologies for that again. I'm still getting used to the rhythm of the show here. I want to make sure that we have.
I got a tip for you. Dre. I got a tip for everybody.
Okay.
So one of the things that we do to increase more power to get the rankings that we do
Mm-hmm.
through the driving directions or the POI is that if you take, there's a little tool called Link Gopher.
Link Gopher. Okay.
It's an extension, Link Gopher. Everybody write that down. And so when we want to have really relevant driving directions from some place to our customer's office parking lot, we will go into Eventbrite and we will look at all the events that are taking place in a particular time frame, and we will link the event venue back to our customer's parking lot.
Ah, okay, okay.
Right? And it could be any event. It could be, school events. It could be, just anything that's going on in your area, because what happens is it gives you local relevance that people are driving to your business. That's tip number one. Tip number two is if you have a local business, make sure that every single one of your employees on a daily basis takes their phone. If they're going to a job, they take pictures of relevant businesses on the way to that job, and they take relevant pictures on the way back to the office. So and the reason that we use the phone with that is because it's got what? Metadata
Yeah.
in the phone, in the picture, giving you relevance from where you are to where you're going and where you were to where you're coming from. Okay? That in itself becomes a link that we can use with Backlink Factory then too.
Got
Okay?
it. Got it. Nice knowledge bomb right there. Okay. Okay.
And then the other last tip very quickly is there's another site that we use, and we'll just share it with you right now because we love you and you're part of our group. It's called, if you're in the United States, it's called Zip Codes to Go.
Zip codes.
ZipCodesToGo.com. Okay.
Okay.
And in that little tool over on the right hand side in the column, there's a link called Radius Search. Radius Search. So when you click on the radius search and you put your parking lot zip code or your customer in there, you can then put in the next box, say 5 miles. And it will give you every zip code within a 5-mile radius of your parking lot.
Interesting. And then what can we do with
now,
that?
Well, now what you want to do is that you want to take all of those points of other zip codes and you want to link those zip codes back to your parking lot through Backlink Factory and POI.
And how are you linking that? How are you getting the directions or the code or the link from that zip code to your parking lot?
Because when you use the software, it gives you the map coordinates, it gives you the links.
Okay.
And then you take the link that it gives you when you click on that, and that becomes the destination link in Backlink Factory.
Interesting. Love that. That's a nice nugget right there, guys. Check that out. It's zipcodesToGo.com. ZipcodesToGo.com. And the first one was Link Gopher. That's a Chrome extension, right? That's a Chrome extension.
Chrome extension.
And what does that do?
Well, what it will do is, let's say, for example, that you're really intelligent and you know that if you went to Wikipedia and you have a customer that's a plumber, you can go to Wikipedia and you can type in plumber. Right?
Oh, okay.
Now that Wikipedia is an authority site, right?
Yep.
How many links are on a Wikipedia page? Hundreds.
Hundreds, yeah.
So with that link Gopher extension that we use, and I think Gary, you found that years ago, is that we can extract every single link off a Wikipedia page, put it into a Google Sheet. Okay. Do I have to tell you the rest of the story? You put it into Google Sheet, it becomes a backlink.
Yeah.
But now it becomes a Wikipedia backlink that's internalized with a Google backlink on top of a Wikipedia backlink, shoving that juice to your intended destination.
Oh, love that. Getting a little advanced here for us, guys. Love that. Okay. Guys, if you guys want to, you can go ahead and rewind that little strategy right there. But we're already almost like a few more. We got like 20 more minutes here, so I want to make sure we get over to some other things, because this is something I did not see before or haven't heard of yet. So until I came across and started doing some research, as your calendar stacker factory. So I'm curious, what is this about? I mean, calendars. What can people do with calendars here?
You better ask Gary that.
Yeah, I'm really the person behind calendar stacking, and really where this come about. Patrick kind of opened the door to the authority docs, which is something that I use in the calendar stacking. But what I've learned about calendars is, number one, is you can't have duplicate content, because anything that was in an event yesterday is past, and anything that's in the future hasn't happened. So Google made some very unique exceptions in the calendar. So I started using calendar for SEO purposes.
Okay.
I would attach authority docs and slides and other maps and other things into it with a SEO article with anchor text and RSS feeds attached into an article, and I would put them on automatic where they would fire every day at the same time. And what we were able to learn from doing that in our testing was anything from an Amazon book, which moved 50,000 spots in one day, up to a national client in 30 days, going from nowheres to page one. So we kind of discovered that Google Calendars has a lot of SEO value, but nobody had ever used them in this way before.
Mm-hmm. So wait, what are you doing right now? You're setting up an event in Google and just attaching notes and docs to it.
Well, there's a little bit more to it than that. We set it on auto repeat daily, and we have to make it public. We have a setting in there that you need to click to make it public,
mm-hmm.
and you change the colors if you like, or some other structures that make it look pretty.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the basic approach right there, and the software will automatically do it. What took me hours, I can do in the software in minutes. So it's a serious time saver.
So I'm thinking, like, so you said you were able to move like a Amazon book. So what are you actually linking there, or like, how is that being linked within the calendar? Just trying to like crunch it.
It's taking the public link from that Amazon book. Any site has a public URL, including individual products in Amazon.
Uh-huh.
And so you use that particular link as in the form of an anchor text if you choose, or in the form of a raw URL as a link inside the event.
Got it. Okay, inside the events. So the events of, like, let's say the event description of a calendar invite.
Well, let's take it one more step. The SEO article is just like what you would put on a website or put on a page or a blog.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to use I use AI Factory to create my article,
mm-hmm.
but I'm creating it in specific terms for a calendar event.
Okay, for a specific term for a calendar. Got it. Okay, and then you are pretty much doing like another. Obviously, you have to send some traffic to it. Are you doing a Backlink Factory to this event? Or
you could do that, but realize that because it's public, it's a Google Calendar. Google's going to read it,
mm-hmm.
and Google's pushing a backlink from that calendar event to your target in the same way. So you have to think of it. You have to think of it in terms of a backlink with a lot of power and content and attachments it's going to read.
Mm-hmm.
So where are the attachments? The attachments are in your drive. They're attached to the calendar, but they exist in your drive.
And they're public.
Now, here's the beauty of that concept, folks. You want to take this note down. If you change that doc that's maybe from Google Scholar or from Google Search, from Wikipedia or YouTube links, whatever it is, you make a change on that doc, it changes in the calendar.
Got it.
Wherever it exists, it changes
in the calendar.
Got it. Okay. So I'm getting it here. So like basically you're actually always linking to a drive that you can always update. That's always going to have, that's automatically update wherever that drive is linked.
Correct.
Got it.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So this is a little more advanced for some people here. So I want to make sure people understand this. So like basically what we're doing is we're playing with Google properties and we're linking them to each other and making sure that, even with the calendar, you're setting it to update an event every day. So it's kind of pinging this Google Drive every day. Am I getting that correct?
Yes.
Got it.
But it's not duplicate. It will never be duplicate content because yesterday's already happened. It's an event, so it's treated as an event, and tomorrow hadn't happened yet.
Got it. Okay, you got my mind spinning here. So I'm just trying to think of like how I can like put this together too as well. So for those that don't understand the concept of like the stacking, so we talked about the AI writer and backlink stacks, calendar stacks, and some like G sites and stuff like that. So like if someone wants to come up with like an overall strategy to put this together, how would you like set this up? Like, what would you like do to kind of make sure that it all flows together?
Well, I would break it down into what's my goal, what's my target.
Okay.
Yeah, the tools that we have can be specific. They will all work well together.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody asks me that question, my first question is, what are you doing? Are you doing GMBs? Are you doing websites? Are you doing videos? I want to break it down to give the best advice and not a general advice.
All right, let's do GMBs. Let's or GBPs. Let's like if we want to get a GBP rank, what would be a simple strategy stack like using on making sure like we can set this up, and then if we want to scale it, we can obviously use all the ranking factory tools. But like, how would you set that up? Yeah.
Well, the best one I can tell you, the best combination for me, I like using Backlink Factory and POI. It's got the history of, well, just one of our clients, his son has dental practices. And, make a long story short, they had used the SEO firm. In 18 months, they couldn't get anything past number 9. So Patrick and I worked with their father, and they took one dental practice that wasn't being worked on, a newer one, and it went from 0 to top 3 in 30 days. And at that point, he took over the SEO for all 4 practices. Now all 4 are number 1 for 42 keywords, folks. They're number 1 for keywords they didn't even target.
Oh, interesting.
Just based on the strategy I just mentioned.
Love it. Okay, so you mentioned POI. For those that don't understand POI, so you have actually a tool called GMB POI Factory. Okay,
correct.
So when you say POI, what is POI for those that don't understand, and then what is this GMB POI Factory doing here?
Points of interest.
Okay, points of interest. Got it. Okay.
Points of interest. Think of it this way. Even in a website, you want to have events and local stuff along with whatever your niche is. Google is going to reward you for that. So with points of interest, we're going to take and magnify what Google allows us to do or gives us the ability to do.
Got it.
Okay?
But what I was sharing earlier.
For a guy, I will say this. If you're an agency and you're dealing with lots of GMB properties, then maybe the GMB factory, the mega GMB poster is maybe a more appropriate tool than using Backlink and POI. But if you're only dealing with a small handful, that's the right combination, in my mind, to do what you need to do.
And Patrick, you were about to say something, Patrick?
No, I was just going to say what Gary said and what I said earlier kind of circles back around right now by utilizing all the events in your area, linking them to you gives Google the relevance that you belong where you say you are. And the more that you do that, the more you belong, the higher the ranking that you get because other people are not doing what you're doing.
Love that. Yeah, the whole Eventbrite or the event thing, even like going to event sites and looking at those events happening, that's a very, very interesting concept there. So great nugget right there. So okay, so is that something what the points of interest? So what is it, how are you telling the points of interest? Like are the points of interest when you're trying to find something? Like are you feeding the software something? Like, hey, the point of interest is this, and it'll pull it, or like how are you finding the points of interest?
Well, like I said, I will go to Google and I'll use that tool that I said earlier.
Yeah.
Right. Link over, and I'll just what events are taking place in your zip code and the zip code next to you, the zip code next to that one, and the zip code next to that one. And when you get those links, those are the links that you put into the driving directions, and then when you have the driving directions with those particular links, you're just stacking on top of each other and moving your needle away from you further and further and further away, and bringing all those driving directions with those events that are not related to your dental office, but they're related to your location, and the relevancy of that location is what is important to Google.
Got it. Got it. There you go, guys. There's the knowledge bomb right there. Making sure you get those tips in there. So I want to make sure we've got about 5 more minutes to go here. I want to go into like, I mean, we have a few more things like you actually have going on. You have also like, obviously we talked about Google Sites, but you actually, is Google Sites Factory totally the same? Is it the same thing, a part of the AI tool, or is it totally something totally different? Or you kind of use them together?
AI Factory is built into it. It's a standalone, but it also has AI Factory is also is used as a add-on into the tool itself. So it automates what we do inside the Google Sites Factory in this case.
Okay.
So now what
So
Google
we can,
Sites Factory does is it creates a G site based on a formula that we've created that we know ranks through our testing, because they all have high PA and DA, spam score 0, and so we automate the creation. Where it builds in the anchor text, it builds in RSS feeds, the images, the content, anchor text, and maps, slides, anything in your drive you want to pull in. And so we can build it with lots of abilities and authority. We can build it with any number of pages. And it's just amazing what it'll do. And we've added some new features where we've tied into a couple other companies that we can take their formula and pages and download them right into the software and build out sites based on their strategies and structure that they've created in their systems.
Got it. Love it.
Patrick may want to touch on that a little bit. I don't know.
no, you did a good job. That's good. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah,
I want to go into so I want to cover this one last thing we have here. We actually have we also have Leads Factory, right? So I want to, before we go, you have Leads. Oh, actually we have. Oh my God. Yeah, you know what? Let's see here.
We may have to do a second podcast really to finish through all the softwares that we do.
Yeah, it's
I understand that.
I want to, so let's kind of go into. I want to go into. Okay, so one of the first softwares that you did was Ranking Factory Revolution, right? That's kind of like that's like the first thing that came out, if I remember, right? I think I was part of that as well. Let's talk about that, and then so we can kind of break that down behind the strategy of what's going on there. So if someone wants to do it themselves, and if someone wants to scale it, they can purchase Rank Factory Revolution. But if they want to go ahead and say, hey, okay, let me just try this on my own. Let me try and do one, and it's working. It's like, okay, let's scale this. So like, what's the strategy behind Ranking Factory Revolution?
Patrick, you want to take that one, or you want me to take it?
No, it's fine. We can crisscross back and forth. But in a nutshell, that's the OG. That's the very beginning of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so when Gary told the story about how we ranked 4 pages of YouTube videos, we understood that Google loves Google, and we more understood the power of stacking. So I think that we're probably one of the few original people that came up with a Google stack, or that, I can't say that we were the first one, but there weren't too many other people around doing it. And so we then figured out that if we could stack YouTube, we could stack YouTube with Amazon, Amazon with Google, Google with all of the other properties out there like Amazon that had servers where we could stack things on. Mm-hmm. Okay, Alibaba, Amazon, there's a ton of them, right? And so with the original ranking store factory, we had all of the pieces that we talked, not all of them, but most of the pieces that we talked today, they were all in that original product as a bundle.
Got it.
So we had sheets in there. We had the GMB little thing in there. We had stacking, cloud stacking. We had Blogger in there. We had Schema. So and now today it's V2, and it has a lot more functionality to it. Mm-hmm. But that was the original process. And then as we learned to build and do more, we kept getting these insane results about, if I stack this one with that one and that one with this one, and we put it on an Amazon bucket, it would go crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's all of these tools came about, because we saw that Sheets was working really good, but it was a pain in the ass because it took so long. So from that, we made Backlink Factory, right? And then so it was kind of like the amoeba of everything that's been created, and it still works today, and people still love it today. The second version, it's got AI into it and lots of other things that we all need to rank, schema, and all kinds of stuff that you can put in there.
Love it.
Gary can
share
a little bit. Yeah, go ahead, Gary.
I mean, the original software is actually a multi-tool platform where a lot of the breakaways get a lot more enhanced in what they do. So you really have a more basic form in Ranking Factory version 2 and version 1 than you do in the individual breakaway tools, such as the Backlink Factory or Calendar Stacker or G Stacker, G-Size Stacker. So those are more enhanced tools. They go a lot farther than the Ranking Store, Ranking Factory. But Ranking Factory is kind of like a universal toolkit. Does a little of everything in one platform.
Got it. Okay, so I want to go. We have like a couple more minutes here, but you guys offered something for the audience, a free course. I mean, actually, it's not free. It's actually a $300 course that you're offering for free here. I'm trying to find the link so I can put it in the live chat. So I can let me see here, just so you guys can go ahead, and if I don't find it, I'll put it into the live. I'll put it into the comments, guys. But we have a. Can you explain again what the course that you're sharing sharing with us, with the audience here?
Yeah, very easily. Gary put together a really good basic course on why and how to use Google Sites in the new way that we're doing Google Sites, because they're actually pretty, they're functional, and we're teaching people, like I shared with you earlier about going to Wikipedia, scraping all that data. Well, where do you put all that data, in a G site? Well, you put it in an embed code. How do you do an embed code after you scrape all that content? How do you change the content in the links to a keyword? So Gary put together a master course, just to show people how to utilize the various things that we share and we teach in building out your own manually built G sites.
Oh,
but it'll give the idea of all the crazy stuff that you can do, which should, for guys that are doing SEO, should give you ideas maybe beyond even what we're teaching you, and things that and how you can go to Substack and you can do stuff on Substack, and then you can link that to Medium, and then you can link Medium to all different kinds of ways in which you can get more backlinks from these other properties, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to give away for everybody on your podcast.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the link, guys. So I want to make sure I put it in the live chat here, but I'll also go put it into the comments or even in the description here. But I'm trying to see if I can find the link from our chat here on Skype, but I can't seem to see. We were talking a few different.
I'll get
chats.
it.
Okay.
So you're going to have to type it in. It's a Bitly link. You ready?
Okay, let's go. Let me put it here. Bit.ly.
bit.ly.
Yep.
/.
Yep.
Capital TRS.
TRS. Capital TRS. Yes.
Dash. SEO show. All in capital letters.
Oh, so Bitly TRS dash SEO show, and then we should be able to go into.
And you should probably put it into a browser right now to make sure.
Yeah, let me see if I can.
Hey, while you're testing that, I want to leave the audience with one thought before we run out of time. the reason we go through the steps that we go through, and this has always been a principle of mine, if all things are equal, it's the one extra step that gets the juice. And I want everybody to repeat that and get it embedded into your mind. If all things are equal, it's the one extra step that gets all the juice.
One extra step. Use. I guess I'll just. Right.
So you only have to do 10% more than the next guy for it to work.
Oh yeah. There you go. Got it.
So with that link, Dre, the coupon code is SEO Show.
Yeah, I got that. So I put it in there. So guys, it's a $300 course there, guys. If you use code SEO Show, all capitals, you will be able to get that course for free. Thank you so much, guys. We are at time, but I want to make sure if there's any last comments and for this episode to feel complete for you guys, please, the stage is yours. Also, again, drop a plug on the book that you have. Again, on it was SEO Shift.
Nope. Search Shift.
Okay. Search Shift, guys. Search Shift, available and on Amazon and on Kindle.
Kindle, because it's only $3.99 on Kindle and it's $25 on Amazon.
There you go. You can get either one there. Make sure to check it out. And if you guys the first, let's say 3 people to email me at dre@seo.video, dre@seo.video. I will send you a copy of that Kindle version. I will buy it for you guys. So just go ahead and send me an email at dre@seo.video, and the first 3 people, I will send that out to you as well. And so you guys, if you guys have any last comments for the audience?
Just the one thing to know is what you know today is not what you are going to need to know tomorrow. So forget what you know today and learn what you need to know tomorrow, because tomorrow is coming and today is almost gone. And what is coming is going to just shake the shit out of everybody.
Love that. Okay, this is the last question I do ask all my SEO professionals come on here. If someone wants to get into SEO industry or become an SEO professional themselves, Patrick, what would your advice be to them?
Find a person that you can know, like, and trust. Follow them for a while. See what other people say about them, and make sure that they align with your values on what you do and what they do, so that you're always in sync and doing the right things for the right reasons for the right people.
Love that. And Gary, what would your advice be to them?
Think outside the box. Don't get caught into yesterday's concepts that worked yesterday, because things are always changing. Every time Google changes, something no longer works. Now, I will say, I just clarify, Patrick and I have made ourselves pretty much immune to Google changes because we work inside of Google itself. But for those working on the outside of Google, think outside the box. Don't get caught doing one thing one way and sticking with it all the time. You have to adapt as you run through different steps and procedures.
All right. Love that, guys. Can you hold on for one quick second while I sign off here? Hold on for one quick second. All right, guys, that concludes another episode of the SEO Video Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And don't forget to visit our sponsors. Go to SEO.video/Atlas, SEO.video/Atlas to go ahead and get seven days free for Search Atlas. And be sure to check out the Voices of Search podcast and also previsible.io. If you want some enterprise solutions, check out previsible.io, and I will see you guys next week. Peace out.
Thank you for watching. Hope you come back next week. Make sure to subscribe. You don't want to miss a thing. Hope you learn something new, because the vibe is incredible. From the special SEO professionals, SEO video show. Let's work. Want to see you be an SEO expert. Paul Andre de Vera helping you step it up. No delay right now. Time to level up. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Woo!